Hi everyone, it's Conrad Madsen with Paladin Partners here in Dallas. Hope everybody's been doing well. Want to wish everyone a happy new year. I'm sure most of us are ready to put 2020 in our rearview mirror. So today we're going to talk a little wine, and we got some really special ones. But also, the other thing that's extremely special today is I have my first guest appearance on the Weekend Winedown. And ladies and gentlemen, for all you CB Richard Ellis fans out there, welcome Jeffrey Eiting.
Thank you, Conrad. Hello, everybody.
If y'all don't know Jeff is an office broker, been my friend now for over 20 years here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Works for CB Richard Ellis here in the Metroplex, focuses on a lot of technology companies here in the area. But also, like me, he's extremely passionate about wine. So I thought, for my first guest appearance, there's no other better person than Jeffrey.
Why, thanks, Conrad. Look at the ambiance here.
In
the beautiful Madsen cellar.
It's pretty romantic. Let's be honest about this, Jeff. So today, we're going to bring you guys actually two different wines. I'm going to let Jeff talk about the first one, and then I'll talk a little bit about the second. And we're going to obviously taste them, give you our opinions and so on and so forth, and have a little fun with this. So Jeff, you want to talk about bottle number one we're going to have today?
Bottle number one. I'm going to hold it up.
Yep.
This wine is Perlou, which is, I believe it's the rough interpretation is Edge of the Forest.
Interesting.
And this hails from a Napa Valley AVA, Coombsville, which is sort of on the edge of the Napa Valley area. Julian Fayard is the winemaker. He's a fantastic winemaker. He makes many great up-and-coming labels. Covert is another one of his labels, as well as Brion. So we're excited to try this. It's a 2016 Napa Valley Cabernet.
I'm excited to try it, Jeff.
Yeah.
What I'll say about Jeffrey Eiting, if you're ever with him and you're going to drink wine, the whole phrase of life is too short to drink bad wine is completely true with Jefferson Eiting here. You always get great wine, so that's why I love hanging out with him. The second bottle we'll be drinking tonight is, get this, ladies and gentlemen. So everybody's heard of Duckhorn. You've seen this everywhere. It's at every grocery store. It's one of the major producers in the Napa Valley. But what's special about this wine? I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. This is a Napa Valley, Howell Mountain, as Jeff knows, one of the best mountains, in Napa Valley. But it's look at there a little closer. It's 1992 vintage.
Holy cow!
That's right, Jeff. We're gonna drink a 28-year-old bottle of wine tonight. This is a blend. It's mainly Merlot. It's got some Cabernet Sauvignon in it as well, and I believe a little Cab Franc. Yeah. Even though we probably don't need the Cab Franc at this point. Cab Franc typically puts, the earthy stuff into the bottle. Well, when you're drinking a 28-year-old bottle of wine, it's going to have a lot of earth. So this is going to be two completely contrasting different styles of wine that we're going to drink here. Something that's obviously very young, and then something very old, but both from the same region, Napa Valley. But it's just interesting how wine changes over time with age. So let's get into the Perlou first, Jeff. And should we talk about let's see what we get on the nose, shall we?
I always like to look at, anytime I'm pouring a wine for the first time or straight out of a bottle, I like to look at the color.
Absolutely.
This is really dark. 2016 was a great vintage, and they are really showing well. Many people, like to rest wine. I think that you should drink some now. See if you like it. See how it tastes. Put it down for a little while. Try it 3, 4, 5, 6 years later and see how it tastes.
But that's the coolest thing about the whole wine experience. And most of the time, when I do buy wine, I try to buy 2 to 3 or 4 bottles of the same vintage, and then, just like you say, Jeff, have one the first year you get it. And then every year after that, or you could space it a couple years, you try it again, and it's just amazing how wines change over time. Now, this one on the nose, I get a lot of graphite and rock on this. Do you?
Yeah.
What are you getting?
I get don't know. It's big. It's pretty fruit forward.
Do you? Okay.
I'm feeling the fruit.
All right, excellent. Let's go in for a taste.
I'm not as sophisticated with the way I communicate. Graphite and those big words. I'm just
wet,
it's
rock,
good or bad. Or
right.
I like it or I don't like it.
What's interesting though, Jeff, I will say this: most Napa cabs are usually known for big fruit. Now, everybody's palate is completely different. On my nose of this bottle, I don't get as much of the fruit as I've seen on others.
Yeah.
Like I actually feel more of the earthy stuff. I get a little fruit in there, like some blueberry and such, but not as much. Well, let's go in and have a little taste here, shall we?
Should we lock arms and take?
No, I think that's probably going overboard there, Jeff. Good.
Yeah.
Some good grippy tannins on that as well. And I've talked about this before, but the grippy tannins are really the part when you drink a wine and you feel like your tongue is drying out. So what does that mean? That means it's been aged well in the barrel, and the oak kind of infiltrates the actual wine itself. And I really enjoy when you have a wine that kind of has those grippy tannins, if you will.
Yeah, and to me, you can taste the earth, some of the soil characteristics. Coombsville is known for its rocky soils.
100%.
And so while I got a little more fruit on the nose, definitely,
Yeah.
through the length of it, I'm feeling the soil. We opened this bottle at 10 a.m. So, and we're actually drinking out of a 1.5 liter, a Magnum.
Yep, that's true.
Trivia. For those of you in the wine world, what do you call a 3L Magnum?
Ooh, is that
Primarily champagne bottles are presented. Jeroboam. There you go.
I honestly didn't remember. There's a bunch of different names. There's even Nebuchadnezzar.
Oh.
There's Imperial. I think that's the 5 liter. But I could be wrong.
So Magnums are known for their longevity. We open this at 10 a.m. to give it a good 6 hours to breathe. But we think this thing could lay down for 10, 15, 20 years.
Easy.
But is very approachable now.
100%.
Tastes great.
Really smooth. What I like, and people that know me that have been following, like, I'm not as big of like the fruit bomb guy. I like Napa cabs, and that's probably why I have this passion about Bordeaux. But I like cabs that have a little bit more character and depth to them. And to me, this exhibits that. You got, you're getting a little of that earth. You got the tannins, and it's just not, like your typical Camus you pour in your mouth and you got like you're eating blueberry cobbler. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Everybody's palate's a little different, but that's just my personal preference, if you will. So I'm gonna get in here for another little one.
And it'll be interesting to see how this. We're having dinner with the family tonight, so this will last probably through dinner. So it'll be nice over the next couple hours how it continues to change with food.
If y'all know Jeff, like it won't last through dinner. No, I'm kidding. But I tell you what, the other thing I get in this, Jeff, I don't know if you get in it, but I'm getting like a little even cola, kind of like a little bit of cola in there. But anyhow, great wine. Scale of 0 to 100. I'm gonna probably give this guy. I think it's a 94, 95, somewhere in that neighborhood.
I would say low to mid 90s. Yeah.
I think it's a little young. My personal opinion. I think you drink this in another 2 or 3 years, it's going to be fantastic. Kind of like what the 13s are drinking right now. So Purelou, Napa Valley, 16. Phenomenal. 90, 94, 95 is what I'm giving it. Jeff, you feel pretty confident about the same there?
I'll give it a 94.
94. There you go.
You can run down to Pogo's and get some. They've got a couple left in stock. Our
favorite wine store. Give a shout out to our boy Ryan Tedder there at Pogo's. one of the best somms here in all of Dallas-Fort Worth area. So I'm gonna take one more pull, and then we'll go into the next bottle, which will be a complete opposite experience. All right. God, that wine, Jeff, gets better like everybody. You know, that third drink that I had right there, it's doing really well in that glass. Just it's opened up and changed even just since we poured this in the glass just a few minutes ago. Okay, so next glass again is the 92 Napa Duckhorn from Howell Mountain, which phenomenal AVA there in the Napa Valley. Blend of mainly Merlot, looks like 61%, 30% Cab Sauvignon, 9% Cab Franc. So this would be, if we were to compare this would be a right bank Bordeaux type blend, which would be like, for you fancy people, your Petrus, you know, so your Merlot dominated Bordeaux blends, which are basically on the right side of the river there in Bordeaux, which are known to, you know, have some phenomenal aging. We already smelt this earlier before we started video.
I asked Conrad why there's so much bubbles, or why it seems to almost look carbonated. I don't drink a lot of Bordeaux's, heavy Bordeaux's, or older vintages, so it probably just comes with the territory. But
yeah,
I was curious.
Jeff, I'm not usually drinking 28-year-old bottles of wine all the time either. But I'll just tell you, on the nose on this one, I mean, it is so heavy stewed prunes, prunes, right, Jeff? Like figs.
Vinegary.
Yeah, you know, you're getting a lot of earth, you know, mushrooms, olives, kind of all that, grasses.
There's the earth.
Yeah, there's like licorice, maybe even like a licorice in there, Jeff. So enough with the nose. This is going to be interesting. I'm excited to try this. Wow. Honestly, way better than I thought. Wow. I got, you know what's interesting? This is my first gut reaction, is that the nose is so strong. I felt the palate was going to be equally just like this. But when I'm drinking it, I am getting like raspberry. I'm getting a lot of fruit still in there. And guys, I cannot even explain to you how smooth this wine is right here. I mean, I don't know how you felt.
No, it's good. I mean, I didn't know what to expect.
I didn't either.
I think about, we've had some other, what is this, a 92? We had a
97 Opus.
And I feel like this
is way superior.
Way different, yeah. And it still, to me, it's kept a fair amount of structure. Again, I'm a little bit of a novice here because I don't have too many comparables.
Wow. I'm honestly blown away. Like I am shocked at how well, and maybe it's just because I'm a little more of a novice in the older wines because it's hard to get your hands on it and it's so expensive typically. But yeah, I get as much as that nose was earthy, I actually get some pretty good fruit in this thing, and I mean just absolutely zero burn on this glass. I mean, just so smooth, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta go in for another. I mean, it's this is enjoyable.
So, what do you like better?
I mean,
older, newer?
Man, that is it. Just, I mean, so interesting. I mean, I think I went into this, Jeff, with such lower expectations that I'm just really pleasantly surprised at how well this Duckhorn has kept after 28 years in the glass here. I mean, it's quite honestly, I mean, it's really good. It's obviously not, all your big fruit forward, your younger Napas that you're drinking on a daily basis. But what I just find incredible is the nose is so strong and you feel like that's what you're gonna drink, and it's almost the opposite. I don't taste as much of the earthy in there as I actually do enjoy the fruit that's in here, and it's so enjoyably smooth. I don't even know if I can really put a number on this, because we haven't, Jeff and I aren't guys that are, that just are out there drinking 20, 30, 40, 50-year-old wine all the time. I mean, we'd love to, maybe someday. But I'll just say I'm impressed. I mean, it's definitely over 90.
Yeah.
I'd love to go back now, Jeff, and look at the, Robert Parker's tasting notes from 92 on this bottle, because we didn't even do any research on either of these bottles from anybody else, because we just like to blind taste all of this and not have other people influence our decisions. So, but boy, enjoyable, really, really impressed, shocked, honestly, really good, really good.
I think another just quick thing to note, these wines came to you. You didn't buy them at their original, like you weren't on the list and they didn't get sent to you.
No,
you acquired these, and so they have obviously been stored correctly.
Yes.
And been well maintained and taken care of, and I think that's a big part of...
So I'll give everybody little hints here on when you're buying older wines, and typically you're buying them at auctions, or sometimes high-end wine stores will acquire some people's personal wines. What they call this is, from the neck down, they call this the eulage. And so as the wine ages, it evaporates out of the cork, okay? And if it's been stored properly, see, the wine's already talking to me. You will notice that it hasn't lost as much of actual wine. So if you find one that's, this age and the eulage is way down here, it's probably gonna be spoiled. It's gonna taste like vinegar. But when we looked at this bottle, I mean, it looked like literally it came off the production line. Like it had not lost a lot. So I knew when I looked at it that this wine had been stored properly, and that it should still, drink really well. So that was another reason we were really excited to try that one tonight. But so everybody, again, hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. Hope you guys have a great 2021. Thanks to my super guest star over here.
You bet, Connie. Happy to be here.
Jeff Eiting, and look forward to seeing you guys on the next episode. Take care. Bye-bye.